Coming to you from the DTC. This is OCN Drives with Jeffrey Herbert.
It's sad, but I'd rather sleep in a car bed.
Graham Briggs.
What am I supposed to say? Stop making fun of my notes?
And Alex Ball.
Power wagon. This just makes me laugh.
And now your host, Jeffrey Herbert.
Hey, Gearheads. Welcome to another episode of OCN Drives. I'm Jeff Herbert, and I'm with...
Graham Briggs.
Alex Ball.
Just kidding. And we're here with our car-curious producer, Josh Hammerling, who is at the knobs as we speak. This podcast is brought to you by ourcommunitynow.com, where you can find more on our thoughts on cars, culture, and what's hot in the community. All right, Graham, let's get cracking.
Well, here we go.
So nice. And what are you drinking there?
I'm drinking a Snowcat, which is a coffee stout from Crazy Mountain.
All right, and I've already cracked too soon. I'm drinking a Dry Dock Sour Apricot Ale. Today's podcast is actually an interesting one because if you're watching this video, you realize that we have some special guests with us. Since Alex is out, we've decided to fill his space with three of our esteemed colleagues here at OCN. In fact, you might recognize Elise from her own podcast, Parental Composure, which if you are a parent or you're thinking about becoming one or you're accidentally one, go check it out. It's a really honest and candid view of parenting, and you won't feel alone in your struggles. Anyway, we brought them because...
Oh, I thought you were going to announce all of them all at once.
No,
you'll get through it. Okay.
Yeah, we'll get through it. Anyway, we brought them in because today we are actually going to play a little bit of car Tinder, a.k.a. we're going to show them a photo of a car, and they're going to tell us if they would swipe right or swipe left on that person based on what they drive. But first, we have a few questions. And now I should probably actually introduce them.
Yeah,
because, Graham, you're right.
It's okay. Don't worry about it.
They have names. They are people. You
They're
guys
called a blonde, brunette, and a redhead.
Exactly. A blonde, brunette, and a redhead walk into the OCN Drive studio, and this is what happens. A while back, we actually did an episode where we asked Laura's opinion on some cars. So this is kind of a little bit of a continuation of that. So you guys might remember Laura from last time. Laura, is there anything you would like to say to our wonderful listeners?
I'm Jeff's long-suffering co-writer of the OCN.
And you
those are one of those words.
I have learned a lot about cars, to be fair.
True. We take that to heart.
Yeah, I do appreciate the knowledge that you have imparted. So unwillingly upon myself, but...
And we have this recorded, so next time we're talking about cars incessantly, we'll just play this back to you.
Oh, gosh.
Okay, believe it or not, Laura is actually here under her own will, and also here under her own will is Miss Hannah Rice.
Hello.
So thank you guys for coming on the show, and just kind of giving us your honest opinion on what you think about cars and what they mean about a person. But first, I do have a few questions. Number one, is it a deal breaker for you guys if the guy that you're interested in doesn't own a car?
Yes.
I would say yes. It would definitely be strange, for sure.
Yeah, really, even if he's kind of like all about saving the environment and is well-to-do in other ways.
Okay, but the kicker is, like, all right, how are we going to get to the mountains? Are we going to Uber there? Or am I going to have to chauffeur him everywhere?
Agreed.
And sometimes you just want to be picked up and taken out to dinner. Is that so much to ask?
I mean, if he's like a super-duper environment freak, like that's probably just all-encompassing a deal breaker for me, because that's...
I don't drive an electric car.
Sorry. Like, I don't know.
Sorry, Greta Thunberg, but I'm not...
That crap really annoys me.
No.
I get the planet needs help right now. I'm not trying to be that guy, but it's true.
Now, I do like horses.
Oh,
So,
that's an interesting one.
Yeah.
What if he
Cowboy.
rides just a horse and doesn't have a car?
I mean, hey, that could be kind of romantic if I lived out in like freaking Wyoming, like East Gee Whiz Nowhere, Wyoming or Montana.
So apparently Laura is okay with just 1 horsepower.
Nice.
I mean, it could still be a Mustang. Hey. So,
All right, then. I guess that kind of leads me to my second question for you guys. Do you think a car can make somebody more attractive?
no.
I agree. Sometimes
I
it
was
can
gonna
make
say-
you less attractive, and
The opposite.
yeah.
I think initial, right? Come on, like initially, like if someone pulls up in a really nice car, you're intrigued, or an interesting car, you're intrigued, and you want to get to know.
I
them.
want to know
But
what he's
later on-
compensating for in terms of a
Exactly.
personality. I mean,
Exactly.
Not all the times are they compensating for something.
true, but at the same time, like, have you seen
Excuse
my
me.
car? I am rough as hell on that thing. And if he sees mine, he's like, oh man, this girl is going to go off road in my pretty little Italian mobile.
And Laura, just for the record, we're having some feedback. Josh is storming in.
Uh oh, I'm in
on us.
trouble.
Hey, minor adjustment of the
better?
mics. All right, we're good. I just I forgot to reiterate this. If you do want to reference physical anatomy, please keep it clinical for our listeners. But anyway,
I mean, it doesn't hurt. That's all I have to say. I mean, it's not going to be like the main reason that I'm going to like keep pursuing them, but I mean, I don't know, like a super flashy sports car that just like very clearly shouts that they're
I have
trying
money.
to show
Look at
off
me.
and I have a ton of money, like, but if it's like a cool car, nice car, I like it. I'm riding.
And maybe one
I'm
thing
down.
to like rent a sports car and drive down the California coast on vacation. That's one thing. But with my lifestyle and what I like to do, being very outdoorsy, I'm sorry, but if you don't have 4-wheel drive, I'm just not really going to be impressed.
Yeah, I mean, I think it says like about what you actually do for like hobbies and stuff, like what kind of car you drive, especially in Colorado. Like, clearly you're not going to the mountains a ton if you're driving a sports car. So,
And
I
if you're
mean,
if you're depending on that to like make you look good, like if your personality is just blah, but you have a nice car, that's when it's like,
well,
no.
if we roll up to like your trap house, I'm gonna be a little annoyed, like why you put so much money into this car
Oh, that's a good
and not
point.
where you live and like everything
Yeah.
else about your life. I don't know. That's my
And
opinion.
also,
I
like,
guess.
depending on where you are in life, I mean, if you're gonna drop, $100,000 on this fancy car, but you're not going to invest in your own self, like maybe go back to school, maybe start a nonprofit. I don't know, do something good with your life, useful, because your car is depreciating every second it's off the lot. So, that just doesn't resonate with
Guy
me.
point of view right here.
Okay, let's hear it, Graham.
nothing wrong with a nice car in a trap house.
Right? Yeah,
First of all.
exactly. I need to rethink my living situations, I guess.
How many roommates do you have, Graham?
I have
Graham,
two
we might have
roommates,
to
and
move
they're
out of our
fantastic.
double wide, man.
I have two.
like catfishing.
I have-
right from the get-go.
Oh!
Okay. So, anyways,
Did you
but
catfish someone?
no, I've never catfished
Catfishing
anyone,
is generous, more like tadpoling.
so- Hey, come on now.
What about spearfishing?
Oh gosh.
Oh wow.
So I think
Laura, this is a family.
the thing is that guys
Friendly
will spend a lot
podcast.
more money on cars because they travel and they do these. When I'm commuting, like I want to have a good time. Like I want to, like I'm sorry.
I'm so excited to be in work.
Well, that too. Right. Yeah, that makes sense. But at the same time, like I used to spend a lot more time in my car than I do now. But when I was commuting, like I would probably spend more time commuting than I was like awake in my house. So I'm not saying that I have a trap house, first of all, everyone out there. But I think guys spend a lot more on cars than I think than females do.
I think women see it as more of a practical
Practical, right? And
rather-
we see it as enjoyment, and like getting a car with a bigger engine that goes faster and like is louder is like exciting to us. So
Yeah, see, for me, being as hard of hearing as I am, I mean, again, my hobbies are loud. So,
like you probably like diesel trucks too, though.
I don't mind them.
Laura,
I mean,
you have to make out with the mic, according to Josh.
that's
Sorry.
and without a tetanus shot. Jeez. I'm gonna grab this alcohol.
Imagine it's a guy with a diesel truck.
No, okay then.
Hold that thought. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. Okay, guys. So actually, I do have one other kind of question related to that. Having a normal car is one thing, and then having a nice car is another thing. Me personally, I think it's all about the presentation. Like if you're getting to know somebody and it's not the first thing they know about you, but maybe like the second or the third, and you're just kind of nonchalant about it.
Yeah.
I feel like that amplifies it. Are we correct in assuming that? Or should we just lead with, oh yeah, I've got a 911
Are you asking like
and a double wide trailer?
Are you asking the way that they
go
drive
screaming
up,
the
or
other
you
way.
You would go screaming the other way?
Jeff? Are you asking like when they like drive up? Or are you asking like is it clean or like do they keep it well
okay.
maintained?
That's
Good point.
a big thing for me. Cleanliness, for sure.
Oh gosh, a filthy car.
Yes.
Oh.
A guy that actually cleans where he lives and where like his car, that's like a really huge.
Cleanliness
big-
is
it's a ton of
cleanliness
points
is
on
next
my
to
list.
godliness.
Yes.
Yep.
If your car is like a pit, like that's even if it is a nice car and I open the door and like a bunch of trash falls out, like I'm gonna be like, really? Come on. I do the girls too. Honestly, I would argue that girls do a worse job of keeping their car clean than guys. I would
I
say that's
agree.
true. I'm not in that category because I'm like OCD neat freak and my car is usually the inside at least is always clean. But guys, I mean, I've never been like appalled by like a guy's car's dirtiness, I guess. Well, other than my brother, but
Is he
different
single?
subject. No, he has a girlfriend,
Oh, wow.
so I don't know how she puts up with it either.
Well, but to defend women, like we have to carry so many things with us.
Yeah,
Like
you seen
I
our
have-
purses?
Yeah, I mean, like I'll carry my makeup in my car. I'll carry a blanket because it's freezing outside in the morning. So I don't know if that's weird. But.
I have loose ammo
that's brilliant.
rolling around in my car as we speak. So
Wait, do you
I
drive
do-
with a blanket on?
I do.
You drive
do.
with the blanket on?
I don't know if that's illegal or not, but
It's not illegal, but that's weird.
okay. It might be like
Is your heater
granny-ish.
busted?
I'm cold. Like you
Okay.
can't. So here in Colorado, it's
is it a
illegal to
snuggie?
warm
Is
up
it?
your.
Please tell me it's a snuggie.
It's not a snuggie, but I
Oh.
need to invest in one because that would be a really good idea. But it is like it's like a throw blanket, so it's not like a huge comforter or something.
I also have a blanket in my car, but that's because I lived in Wyoming for 4 years when I went to school there, and I've multiple times have been caught on a highway where they shut down the highway, and I've had to like be in a parked car for like 4 hours. So I have
Whoa.
I have an emergency kit like with water and a bunch of other stuff, just because
Well,
you
that's
don't want to
just
have
safety.
to deal with
You're
that.
not wrapped up like you're doing the Iditarod.
I mean, if I rolled up next to someone at a stoplight and they had like full blown like blanket over their head like on a Monday, I'd be like, that is the biggest mood I have ever witnessed. Like, good for you.
Like, I feel you, sir.
Exactly. I'd be like, geez, I feel that internally, but you're just like feeling it externally. It's so real.
So, Graham, is that what you tell people when they ask, do you live in your car? Why do you have a bunch of blankets in
That's
here?
definitely why I do that.
I mean, the van life is a big thing now, and I'm also seeing a lot of guys
Hey, I'm all
going,
about that van life.
I know. Again, it's called transient living, and I'm not here for it.
You're not about that
What?
that tiny house? Like even if they
No!
had like a separate vehicle and they were just towing their tiny house behind them.
No, hell no. I
Oh,
mean, I need
that's
a
my dream. I
big
think.
bathroom.
But I'm gonna
I
need a garage to hold all my
walk-in
other cars.
closet. I don't ask for much, y'all. I mean,
Laura,
You mean
could
you
have
just
a
asked
driving
to live in
closet. That's much better than a walk-in closet.
I don't know. No.
Yes, driving closet.
Driving closet. Okay, guys.
New merch idea, driving closet.
Yeah, new merch. Drive-in closet. Anyway, what do you think about moving on? Let's get to this Tinder business. Actually, no, wait. Actually, I have one last question. I
Let's
forgot I
hear
wrote
it.
it down here. Okay, number 3. Have you ever fooled around in a car? Just kidding. Just kidding.
God.
Don't answer that. This
Like,
is
wow.
not Howard Stern.
Can I preface this? Elise's brother-in-law is our HR.
I'm just kidding. That was the joke. This is not Howard Stern. We would have a lot more views if that were the case. But Josh, if you wouldn't mind, let's kind of jump into this whole Tinder business thing. Do you have the first car for us? I think he's going to pull it up on the screen behind us. Okay, this is the first car. What do you guys think?
Okay, this is gonna sound so
I've actually-
dumb, but
sorry.
which direction is which? Like, I should know
Thank
this.
you for
but
asking that,
swiping
Hannah.
right. This is swiping.
Is that a
left.
no though?
Just-
like,
Yeah, what's
So no.
Ju-
yes.
You
Just
can
say yes or
you
no.
can either
Just
say
say
yes or no, or you
Okay.
can say left or right.
I really should know that. I don't know why I always forget which is which.
It's okay.
So
Thanks,
I would
guys.
say no.
I've actually dated a guy that did drive one of these, and all I could talk about was himself.
That's exactly.
Can you name
my thoughts.
Can you name the vehicle?
It's a
Range
Land
Rover?
Rover. Range Rover.
It's a Range Rover.
Yes, it is a
Range Rover's
2014 Range Rover
Yeah,
Sport. No, regular. Anyway,
regular.
I mean,
Sport has.
I'm saying yes. Like, sure.
But they're also, aren't they like really poorly made?
I'm not gonna make any assumptions yet.
Guys, you know the mechanics of this sort of thing.
No, they're
They are. Okay.
they're not poorly made at all. They're fantastic, but I think they do have a little bit of electrical issues, and I would say some of the different trims I don't like because you have to get really high up on the trims, and they're pretty expensive for what they are. But you have to get pretty high up on the trim level to get the good quality stuff. Like the
I just-
interior is a little bit less unless you go to the higher quality.
When I see an SUV, I want something that's reliable and not going to break down on I-70. in a
kind of like the
snowstorm.
man you're gonna date, right?
Oh.
Oh. Anyway, we have 2 no's. 1 no from Elise, 1 no from Laura, and 1 yes from Hannah. And why did you guys select that?
I agree with Laura. I've never dated a guy that did that, but I could imagine that happening. I mean, just when you look at it, you kind of like, when I see guys driving something like that, they're very like put together. They got their suits on, they got the nice sunglasses, and
Is that a bad thing?
It's not a bad thing, but
Like, hell yeah.
Okay, my husband's worn a suit and he has nice sunglasses, but I'm just saying, like, I don't know.
I think
I just don't
it's
get
like,
it.
what's the good of a beautiful plate with nothing on it?
Exactly. Like, what are you, like you said earlier,
All
what are
style,
you
no
lacking?
substance.
What are you lacking? Yeah. So, yeah, that's my opinion.
A personality.
Wait, are you guys always questioning like this? Like, if you see someone, are you always like,
We're
what is he
women.
lacking?
That's
Oh my
what we
God,
do.
how do you have the mental energy for this lifestyle?
Okay, Laura, go.
Laura, make out with the mic.
I said no. You are.
All right, this is not Howard Stern. But yes, you have to talk into the mic.
I have my face like pushed up against this thing, and that's. You just like lay on it like a pillow. Is that it?
Sure. Pillow talking cars with Laura. Okay, Laura, why did you say no?
Again, it's like, yeah, because the performance issues for one. I do not. Okay, no. Of the car. The personality flaws of the driver, however. But no, it's just okay. It's again all style, no substance. I mean, to be fair, the Queen, Her Majesty, is all about the Land Rover, so I will give props to that.
Yes.
And she has a great scarf collection. But
She wears them on her head. It's
I know.
amazing.
She's
Some of the
adorable.
pictures of
And
her
I-
in her little Range Rover.
I'll trade places with Meghan Markle and be princess. But anyway, but yeah, I don't see it as it's not meant to be for me.
Okay. And Hannah, why do you say yes?
I mean, like,
Do you
just
like a guy that's put together,
at
that's
first glance,
financially
yeah, I feel
stable?
like if here's the thing, I don't like people that are super cheap. So like clearly this, like, I'm not saying like I go for guys that are like super rich or anything. That's not what I'm saying. But like everyone can get a little irritated with someone who's just like extremely cheap in like all phases
Yeah.
of life.
You
So
like
it's,
a guy who's willing to part ways with green pieces of paper.
Yeah, basically. So I mean, if they had this car, it just shows me that they care about their car. It's a nice car. They like having nice things, which like don't we all? So I'm like, I don't think that's
Okay.
necessarily a bad thing. And if it was clean and they came out of it looking super put together, then like, yeah, sure.
All right. Well, watch out, guys who drive Range Rovers.
Wait, are we gonna go if like a girl comes up in this and we say yes? Are we gonna do that too? Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah, we-
Actually,
Nobody
I
cares
mean,
about our
based on the
opinion,
people
Graham.
that I know, more girls have Range Rovers of my friends than guys. So I don't know if that means anything. Sorry.
Well,
Sorry, I took the mic away. I think
you
that's.
can give
I
them my
think
number.
I think that's. Jeff.
Jeff needs a sugar mama.
I think that's definitely true here in the States, but I think over in other countries, it's definitely more of a male thing. And Great Britain, when they talk about football, soccer stars, a lot of soccer stars have all of the Range Rovers, so it's a big thing over in England and Spain and in Italy. Italy, not so much because they all drive either Ferraris or Lamborghinis.
Okay.
I mean, I don't mean to put them on blast, but they're all trust fund babies that do have it.
Oh. On that note, Josh, would you mind switching to the next car for us? Before Hannah says something incriminating. Ooh, look at that.
That looks like fun,
That's
but fun.
Color is.
I can't trust with my little nephews. Fun for a little while, but I mean that would be a fun vacation car. Like absolutely down for.
the top comes off, right? Like, see,
Which top?
At least keep it clean.
Sorry, that says it all. Does the top come up?
I just like the idea of like having that freedom. So honestly, this I could go with because like that just shows that somebody likes to kind of be in their element, like, you know, have the wind blowing in their face. Well, I guess you have a windshield, so it's not really blowing in your face, but it's fun. It looks fun to me, and I like the bright color.
See, I'm not all about that. Look at me! I'm radiation green here. Like, does it have to? I have to choose
Oh,
a color, Jeff.
Bah
Like,
humbug. Hannah, what do you think?
a red one would be nice. That green just says.
I mean, I think we're obviously just using our imagination here, but I'm at a phase in my life where no one that I know can afford this car, so this kind of screams like sugar daddy to me, and I'd be a little scared to swipe on this guy. I'd be like, I don't know, or I'd think like this is like his parents' car that he's driving around just to impress people. And the color, I'd be like, really, dude, green.
I feel like the guy
love
who
the color.
takes a picture of himself
too,
with this car is making this pose in front of it.
He's wearing Oakleys. I feel like
He's
a guy
wearing
that
like
wears
some
Oakleys.
Adidas tracksuit with the gold
Oh
chain.
my gosh.
He looks like someone out of Goodfellas. I mean,
Okay, don't make fun of tracksuits. I rocked the tracksuits in junior high. Mr. Sean Diddy Combs, thank you for all your tracksuits that I wore
Oh, Lord,
in
Graham.
junior high.
You know this is recorded, right?
Yes, I know. Everyone knows all my faults. But this is actually one of my favorite car brands. The color is a bad choice for this car. I agree with that 100%. But
This is a Ferrari, right?
no, this is a Porsche.
This is
Sorry,
a
guys.
2020 Porsche 911 Carrera Cabriolet.
Cabriolet is it an S turbo? Is there just Cabriolet?
Not just a cabriolet.
Well, I need the Turbo S one, but
Oh,
but this
excuse
is one of my
us,
favorite cars. This is like a dream car for me. So just FYI.
All right,
Don't
Josh.
ask me to name any of the makes
Next
and
car,
models of these
please.
Cars, just so we are aware of that. Oh.
no.
Yes, that is a beauty, pristine condition.
My sister had this car.
Yeah, how old was she? Because I mean, I could
16.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing, and that's like kind of what Hannah was saying. Like, if you see a guy in this, like you know that they're probably major cheapskate.
And no airbags, so you're all gonna die.
You're not gonna be safe.
But this is a pristine 1987 Civic Si hatchback. It's economical.
It's almost as old
it's
as I am.
efficient. It's reliable. It's a practical choice, and it's in beautiful shape. This is a man who invests
I don't like coupes.
in what he buys.
So I had an '89 Honda Accord in high school, and I loved it. So I mean, I'm not
So
hating.
did I, and I wrecked
You
it.
did.
It wasn't
I
my
wrecked it
fault.
too.
It was not my fault.
It was my fault. But so like I can respect the Honda, you know, like the old Honda. But yeah, no, not right now. Not in life right now.
No, not with. You want to put a baby seat in that?
Right? No way. You'd be like smashed in a car wreck. So
I mean,
Yeah.
I would have to say they'd have to make up in a lot of other categories.
Makes
but
you laugh.
I hate to make age a thing for every one of my answers, but I mean, a lot of people my age like have zero money and they're just trying to live their lives. So I wouldn't judge.
And to be fair, that's
they were a
that's
good
still
guy.
on the road. That's a testament to
judge.
good engineering. I
They
mean,
were
I'll say
cute, and
that.
that definitely helps a lot.
Oh my gosh.
We also don't see what's underneath the hood, so maybe they have a really nice engine under there, and they're keeping that
Exactly.
clean.
You guys were talking
Graham,
about
women do not
overcompensating
care
earlier.
about
I
this
would
sort
have
of
no
thing.
freaking clue.
I'm not gonna say, "Ooh, pop the hood, babe." I mean,
Maybe you should, Laura.
Yeah,
And
this is-
maybe
this is
that's the
advice
reason
for
why
you.
you're not
all right,
married yet.
okay. How about
Oh!
this? On my next date, okay, right hand to God. On my next date, I'll say, if a guy shows me his car, I'm gonna say, "Let me see what's under the hood."
And
Please
just leave that
do.
up for interpretation.
Please do.
I'll even record myself doing it. How's that?
Please and thank you. Stay tuned to OCN Drives. We'll have Laura's date video.
That's how Laura got married.
Yeah, exactly.
She found the man of her
Skip
dreams.
cooking
Exactly.
for him, ladies.
All right, guys.
Ask to see what's under the hood.
We got to keep moving. Josh,
All right.
next car, please.
Where's the rest of it?
So I don't. In my opinion, I don't know. Like if you're gonna get a Mercedes.
Don't get that one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
If you're gonna
Give me
get
a
Mercedes-
vintage classic
Yeah.
Mercedes. Don't give me this like hybrid soccer mom. I'm not. It's like someone took a soccer mom mobile and smushed it.
angle of that car.
Uh-oh.
I was gonna say
It's not all about the
Does
angle.
room have this car?
Yes, someone does.
Okay, so I don't
great
hate
car.
it.
It's a great car.
I think okay. So first thing I would see is Mercedes, and I'd be like, okay, nice car. Like that's cool. But I mean, obviously, once I got to know you a little better, I would have maybe made a suggestion to get a different model.
Like, hey,
But-
let's go trade that in, hun. I mean,
It's okay, Graham. I still like your GLA.
I don't like cars that have that like very rounded back end. Like the trunk looks like that's I don't know, but that's totally just a personal preference on
it
cars.
looks like
But
a
it's
fancy
not a
jelly
deal
bean.
breaker, though.
No, not with the
By
guy.
any
No.
means.
No.
Okay, Josh, next car, please.
Does look like a jelly bean. I like that.
I'm sorry, Graham.
No, it's so fine.
Yes, yes. Sign me up.
I don't know. I don't know.
I think it's very James Bond.
I would be very. I would think that's a cool car. I'd be pretty excited by that.
I'd drive it.
I would be worried about them having to get it fixed, but other than that,
I wouldn't take
if
it
anything
out on a
went wrong-
snowy day,
Yeah, I
but
know.
it'd
Not
be
a great
nice.
Colorado car.
No.
Yeah, the
no.
rims are way too.
It would kind of
big.
scream to me that
Don't
they're
you
not
think?
like
No.
they don't.
You're not from here.
I mean that's not fair to say, but it's not. Yeah, not great for the mountains. Not snow.
Neither are you and Elise.
Prepped. Nothing.
This probably has X Drive on it. It's one of the. It's a pretty good 4-wheel drive system, so it's actually pretty good in the snow for everyone out. Also, if you look on this, it has a badge that's very important for you ladies out there that
Oh,
do
it has a
care.
badge.
But if you do look at a BMW
We
and
don't
you
need
are
no
looking
stinking
at
badges.
I
cars,
don't know what a badge is.
you look at this.
What is it?
Look here.
Okay.
The little.
See
thing?
how it says M on it? That's
Sure.
important to know because that distinguish. Yes, exactly.
Stands
For
for
manly.
man.
Just remember that it stands for manly.
You should never assume that I would ever know what a badge is.
No.
Let's just start there.
Graham, you're Graham-splaining. Stop it.
All right, Josh, next car, please.
Yes!
Sweet God.
Let's go mudding, baby!
Yeah, I like that. I think it depends on like how big the lift is, because if they're too big,
Yeah, oh my
you know, I just don't like that. Because like we were talking about earlier, like I don't know what is that when they're too tall.
Oh,
and then there's
compensating
a
for their
little
height?
guy
Little
walks
man
out.
syndrome?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm not saying there's anything bad with that. I'm just saying like don't.
There
don't
is
try
such
and
thing as too
compensate.
high. No,
Yeah.
in my apartment, there was a guy who had a massively lifted truck. And, I mean, basically, so I'm 5'2". The license plate touched my forehead. That's how jacked up it was. It
Yeah,
towered over all the other cars. And it looked ridiculous.
Yeah,
So there is such thing as too high. And also, I need to be able to get into this.
Yep.
And I have sciatica.
Oh, that doesn't work out
So it
at all.
sometimes hurts to, climb into anything.
Yeah.
So, but yeah,
But
I'm
this
all
looks
about the
good.
truck life. Yes.
Like, the lift is not bad on
I
this.
think it's just right, said Goldilocks.
Yeah.
It's way too
Ooh,
big.
that doesn't have a never mind. I'm not gonna go into
Oh,
it.
gosh. Great.
I mean,
I'm glad you stopped yourself.
I'm a big Ford fan. Like my family's a big Ford family, but it's in the details on this one for me. Like no lift, nope. Color, don't love it. It's just like too much. And even if he was like a 6'2" tall, jacked guy that came out, but he just looked like a massive douche. That's just a no from me.
Oh.
Hair gel, tap out t-shirt.
Yeah, that's who I picture getting out of this car. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I don't know who would get out of this car, but that's just first thing that comes to mind. And
His
that
name
person
is
I would.
probably Chet or Travis.
Oh my God, I'm out. If it's
Or Trey.
Chad. It's
All right,
definitely
Josh.
a Chad.
It's a Chad.
Let's say that much.
so, that's probably a no.
What about the idea of them having jacked up trucks and not actually going off roading with them?
Oh,
Oh.
I mean, if they don't have a
Why?
purpose, then I just don't get it. I'm like, why?
Yeah.
Men generally don't have a purpose. As Laura has reminded me.
Just you, Jeff.
Just me. Okay, Josh. Next car, please.
Is that a Kia?
I know someone who drives this car. It's my roommate's boyfriend.
I mean, it's kind of pretty.
I think it's nice. I feel like Kia's stepped it up recently, and they've got like some cooler looking vehicles for sure. So
Yeah, neutral for me. Either way.
I'd swipe right.
yeah, I'm here for it.
Okay, me too. It's actually
I don't have a lot of
pretty good driver's
What about
car.
color white? Is that a
I think
thing?
it's
Does that-
nice.
you like white?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a sharp car.
I'd say
Josh.
black looks better.
Switch gears, please. Let's move on. Technical difficulties. We do have a lot of cars, so we're going to try and get through all of them. But this is fun, so we'll just keep going until it's good. Okay, here we go. Elise, you probably like that car.
I do. Yeah, I like Jeeps. I have a Jeep
Same.
Wrangler, so I like the fact that, you know, I mean, Jeeps aren't, let's just be honest, they're not that cute. They're like a box, you know? But I think like people that have them just like to be outdoorsy. They like to, you know, take the hood off, like get outside and enjoy the, you know, outdoors. So yeah, I would totally, definitely 100%, 150%.
I would as well. You know, minus the whole rollover thing.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, it's great for the mountains, and it's so my friend, she used to live in Hawaii. Her husband's in the Navy, so they were stationed at Pearl Harbor. They got a Wrangler just as an island car, and it was awesome. So when I went to visit them, we did the Jeep wave with anyone.
It's true, it's a real thing.
It was great. It's definitely like the brother and sisterhood of the Wrangler is a real thing, and I'm on board with that.
Okay. Hannah, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I really like Jeeps. I
Yes.
wanted a Jeep when I like was gonna get my first car, and when we were looking, my dad was kind of like an absolute no with Jeeps just because of the safety stuff. And my brother had one and it had a ton of issues, but it was super old, so I don't think that's fair.
So they
argument.
care about your brother
But-
less?
Yes.
That way-
They learned
Because
their
they let
lesson
him
on my
have one
brother,
and they
we'll say
didn't let
that.
you have one.
But there's something about, I mean, I'm pretty biased. My boyfriend drives a Jeep, and I just
Oh,
think like
yeah.
Jeeps are like really attractive when guys drive Jeeps. I don't know why. I love Jeep Grand Cherokees. That's what he has, and I just like love his car. Like I never want to take my car
Uh-huh.
because I just think his car is so awesome.
There's something very utilitarian about it. Like I will take care of whatever comes my way, and this is the guy that helps you
Go-getters.
move your apartment. Go-getter, yeah.
Yeah, they like the mountains. Like he's very outdoorsy. I mean, I guess that's everyone that drives a Jeep probably isn't super outdoorsy, but it definitely puts off that vibe, even if you aren't.
I guess we have to go get some Jeeps, Graham. That's the answer.
I don't need to get a Jeep. I have a
You've got
car
your
and a
Mercedes
truck,
GL.
and I'm good, and I can go up in the mountains even in my Mercedes. I don't have to have a
Okay.
thing
Even
that's
in
gonna
my
break down up in
Mercedes.
the Yes,
Speaking
I
of-
do need to do that too with the hair toss. thing.
Speaking of good mountain cars, Josh, can you, there we go. What's wrong?
Is it a Subaru?
Okay,
Here's the
I'm
thing.
sorry.
It's
I drive a
practical.
Subaru. That's why I laughed. I knew it was coming.
I have always liked anyone that I've known that drives a Subaru is an incredibly likable and dependable person.
Yeah.
Thank you,
So-
I agree with that.
I've liked every
agree.
Subaru driver. They're just nice.
Oh, I bet they liked you too.
And we probably have a really cute dog.
Oh.
Just like all the commercials.
That is so true. They're more, yeah.
Okay,
dog
I
lovers.
drive a
God,
Subaru.
you guys are so Colorado.
Here's the thing. I drive a Subaru. I think it's a great car. It's very dependable. The person driving it is super dependable. I'm just going to throw that in there. I have never been in an accident in my entire life, so I don't know if that tells you anything. But, okay, this particular Subaru, though, no.
Which one is this?
What? This is
These are the guys that have the loud freaking they turn it on and is and makes the loudest noise ever, and I hate that.
This isn't a
2009
WRX.
WRX wagon.
Oh, is it a WRX?
And yes, this person who owns this car does vape.
That is true.
That's just me.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
It's not STI. It's not the STI version.
Oh, true. True.
No, yeah, that's very, yeah.
Okay.
I could see a big smoke cloud right now, envisioning it.
Hey, some people are into that.
Yeah,
That dank cherry.
to each their own.
Wow. Anyway, Josh, next car, please.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so
Absolutely.
So does the person that owns this know how to fix it and work
And
on
take
it?
care of it.
Yeah.
Because
Because that's the biggest thing.
Basically, got it up and running is what would first run through my head.
Yeah.
So clearly they know
They're a
how,
car person.
yeah, they'll fix anything for you. They will change your oil. This man will change your oil for
Yeah,
you,
that's
ladies.
attractive.
Come on, Laura. This is a family-oriented podcast. But
Yeah.
I just want you guys to know, you guys went from here in my book to here. I'm all warm
You know
and
how to
fuzzy
take care
now.
of things. That's
This
a
is-
big
Yeah.
thing. You clearly
Yes.
took tender love and care
a
on
big
this bad
deal.
boy, which means you're going to do the same to me. so
Especially
that
a
would be
car
great.
that's twice your age.
It's true.
And this is back when cars were made beautifully.
This car actually
yeah.
is really well known for being unreliable.
Graham, can you
It's
just
true. It's a
stop?
1972 MGB. But that's a good thing, Graham, because that means this man who owns
Yeah,
this
it's true,
vehicle
Takes care.
has
But
an
he got
impressive
it running.
toolkit.
He got it running.
don't know this?
Okay, if he's just gonna use this as a lawn ornament, okay, wrong.
Yeah.
But
Gotta
Totally.
drive them.
yeah, okay. Or even worse, if he has a beautiful vintage car that only stays in the garage,
garage,
that's
yeah.
an affront to God in my book. Like, no, this needs to be taken out. You need to be wearing an Hermes scarf with some gorgeous sunglasses. Yeah.
This car is probably only 10, maybe 10. What do you think, Jeff? Do you know? Did you see how much this was?
Yeah, so guys out there, if you're listening or
Yeah.
watching us, you can actually pick up a used 72 MGB for a fairly decent price, anywhere from 7 to 14 grand.
14, yeah, I was going to say.
In really
mint
good condition.
That's
Yeah.
not bad. I'll do
They're
it.
a lot of fun to work on. They're a lot of fun to drive, and if you're single, it might help you out a little bit.
Jeff, these
So-
are super easy to
Yeah.
work on if if you don't have to do anything electrical. If you have to do electrical stuff, I would take it to a MG specialist because I've done some work on the electrical stuff and it is a nightmare.
I'm impressed. I like that.
It would help if you lived near an ocean and we could drive
Oh,
the coast
Yeah.
together.
that. Yes.
Yeah, like a picnic in a polka dot dress kind
Yes.
of car.
And a scarf, one of the Queen's scarves, maybe.
Yes.
Even.
Hermes.
All right,
Okay.
Josh, next car, please.
I drive a Honda CRV,
So
but
I
the newer
think
one.
if I see this, so coming from a parent who's married, I see a man that's
In a CRV.
in a CRV because he's sacrificing his ability to have a really nice car for his
making a
family. No, I'm not saying that in a mean way. But
Okay, no. My dad sacrificed his Datsun 280Z for a Honda
See,
for his family.
and that's attractive, right? It just shows that
He's a good man.
it's a good man. So
Except
yeah,
for
that's
car
all I
seats
gotta
in the
say.
back, I guess. The color is pretty
But no, that
bad.
color is
don't
terrible.
Ever get a
That's actually the color of the Honda the 89 Honda Accord that I wrecked.
The new CRVs though are really nice.
Yeah,
I've seen those.
mine's a
I have friend that drives
2010,
one.
and it's never let me down. I've never had to worry about it. Really easy to maintain.
Yeah, this is a man
What
who
now,
is
Graham?
practical, reliable, good with his money.
The fact checker today.
No, I just wanted to say I agree with the color. This is what I call the Honda Classic. This is called beige on beige on beige. And this is what all their cars used to come
You're
in,
beige
was
on beige right now.
Oh!
I'm sacrificing a lot to be here right now.
Sacrificing.
You look
my
very
clothes
practical,
budget.
Graham.
God.
Okay. Josh, next car, please.
Okay, is this left over from Mad Max?
Yeah, what the hell?
Because I am a Mad Max fan and I'll stand that. So
So this is the 1974 Jaguar XJ12, also known as the Draguar from Roadkill, and it has a supercharged V8.
can I just ask, how does anyone see? over
Yeah,
that?
right? That's dangerous.
I have
would
so
say.
many
That
questions.
thing looks like a cannon. Like it's gonna shoot something out of it.
Now that's an addition, right? It didn't actually come like that originally.
Correct.
Okay, so I mean, I respect the person that did all the work to put it
Yes.
in there.
But why did you do that to a Jag?
Yeah, just pick a different car, like a
not a
Mustang
Jag.
or I mean, I don't know, something different.
I mean, if this is your everyday drive-in car,
Valid
I don't
point.
know. I'm gonna be like, what?
Yeah.
Why? Are we gonna crash? 'Cause
Like
we
I
put
just
it
feel
on
like my
the
ears
side?
would hurt
It's going down.
after
I'll drive.
driving in this car.
Okay, so you guys like the MGB because it's, something a guy can work on and stuff like that. Let me tell you, that car has plenty of problems to be worked out, and these people know their way around tools.
I would respect it if it was like your project and you were always working
Okay,
on it
that's
and
fair.
like doing
Yeah.
That's
stuff.
fair.
But like, I mean, I would kind of hope that it's not like your everyday car.
No, I would not ask this person to help me do anything.
If you wanted like to take me in a spin or for a spin in that, I'd be like, sure, just for fun, but like not every day.
Okay, I respect that. Josh, I think you'll like the next one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Tacomas, for sure.
Yeah.
What, you don't seem so excited, Hannah?
I don't know. I think like if you're gonna get a truck,
She's
like
a Ford girl, remember?
not this one. Yeah.
Okay, Josh, next car. I think this is more Hannah's style.
Yes, agreed. Dead air.
He wasn't expecting such a quick change of gears.
I do like the color, too.
He
Yeah,
is-
it's like it looks like a nice car, like a new.
You guys
car,
realize
but-
this is Josh's truck.
That's his.
Is it?
I think it's
His
nice.
exact truck.
I'm so sorry.
Don't worry, Josh. I'd swipe
I'm
right.
so sorry that you have that car. I'm so sorry.
No.
I just meant sorry to offend. I don't have a problem with it.
Hannah, is this more your style?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I like
I'm
subtle,
drawing the
like,
line here.
too much.
Guys out there, I hope that you can listen to us. Please don't.
I would need
get
a ladder
truck like this
to get into your car.
I need a run
Yeah.
and jump plus, like, a cheerleader move, like, oh, yo, to get in there.
It just like shouts out like I don't want to be mean, but it shouts out insecurity. You know?
Well, okay.
These guys are such
Just
like a
say it.
mom
It's OCN
perspective,
Drives.
like, so
You can be
sensitive.
clinical.
But it's
Just say it.
Okay, to
I was
me-
gonna say douche, but
Yeah.
that's a good one
I was
too.
gonna
That too,
say,
yeah.
okay, we have a saying in our house called "Look at me, Louie."
Oh yeah. Yep, that's what it's
And-
a look at me, Louie.
It's a "Look at me, Louie." Like I'm showing off. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
That is absolutely a "Look at me, Louie" truck.
You're wasting all the money that you've spent on all the extras.
And like those tires, the lift kit, everything. I mean, my land. Expect a very small engagement ring, ladies, if you're dating a guy.
Do you know how many Gucci bags you could buy for that little
Right?
kit?
My land, economics,
Yeah, you can buy like one Hermes bag with that, right?
or two.
Or two. Okay, Josh, next car, please.
Okay.
What are you guys laughing
this
for?
is-
This is perfectly sensible.
This is the same thing that I
No.
was saying earlier.
No.
There's no
He's
man.
a dad and he made lots of sacrifices.
Exactly. There's no man on this earth that wants to drive a Kia van.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
No, this van says I
Not
don't vaccinate
willingly.
my kids.
What?
I homeschool. No.
You know what, Laura? Dad bods are in, and so should dad cars be in.
Okay, no, this is only a dad car because mommy got her way and
Okay, I just have to say I would never want. I mean, there's nothing wrong with vans. I grew up in a van. I actually loved it. I grew up in a Volkswagen van, brown actually, no air conditioning. But I did like
home.
it, and there's nothing wrong with it. But I do think that when you see a guy driving it, you got to think about all the other.
like what
things that
happened?
come with it.
What went
happened?
wrong,
If he's
sir?
got like the swivel seats though and like the DVD player, like okay, like I'm here for that. We can watch movies in the back.
Oh.
I hope you guys realize your boss drives this car. And we have it recorded.
So, okay, Elise, What are your reasons for not having a minivan as a mother?
Okay, so I mean, as a mom, I'm a mom, right? But I don't want to be like the typical mom. Like
I'm not like
I'm
the other
still my
moms.
person.
I'm a cool mom.
Well, not like I don't want to be like the cool mom, but I just want to
Yeah.
be my own individual person.
I hear
I don't
you.
want to be like the typical. You're a mom and you drive a van and you take your kids to soccer.
At least you don't want to be defined, do you?
Exactly. I want to be like my own person.
Now, as a non-mom but would like to eventually, have progeny one day, I refuse a minivan. I will have my my mom drove a big old Chevy Suburban.
Yep.
Like 1980 style
I had
Texas
one.
Titan. It was huge.
Yeah.
She loved that thing. That will be me before I ever get a minivan.
That's how I feel too. Like it sucks to like park those things. I hated that. But I mean, and I don't want to like. There's a lot of people that have minivans, and there's practical reasons to have them when
Sure.
you have kids. But
Sure.
me personally, I don't. I'd rather have a Jeep.
Yeah, I will never,
There you go.
ever drive a minivan. Just setting
No,
that
I want a
straight.
mom tank,
Never,
not a
ever.
mom mobile. That's
I'm definitely 100% going to be a cool mom. That's a goal of mine. I'm going to work really, really hard at it. So,
Okay. Well, perhaps the next car is more your style.
oh Lord,
Is this a Tesla?
Yep.
Wow, I've never seen this model. I don't think I have. Have you guys seen this?
if
Yeah.
I get to a
Oh.
point in my life where I can afford this would look so dope on like the pickup lane at the middle school or wherever you're picking your kids up from. The doors just open and you got a bunch of snacks in the back.
the DeLorean in Back to the Future.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I have never ever been in a car that has the butterfly doors. So
But I'm just not a
Gull
fan
wing
of
doors.
electric cars. I'm sorry.
That's
Sorry,
why
not
we
sorry.
welcome her back.
what if they just went up there with the butterfly? Is the butterfly have like a twist to it?
Well, there's different types, but these are typically called gull wing because it's got a center pillar in the top and then it goes like this. Made famous by a Mercedes 300 SL.
Okay, I didn't.
Molto bene.
The more you know. I don't know any of this.
I like it.
All right. Well, surprising reaction. Josh, next car. Oddly retro.
Okay, I will ride in this only if I can dress like Bonnie Parker and have a Thompson submachine gun.
And I'm not driving.
Does it have a fun horn? I feel like it would have a fun horn. Oh, yeah. Then I'll ride in it, yeah.
So if it has a fun horn, you'll swipe right?
Yep.
So this
I'm
is,
going to send them a DM that says, what's the horn sound like?
you aren't going to say, hey, baby, let me toot your horn a little bit?
Let's hear that horn.
Let's hear. Josh is gesturing like this. Getting a little exciting for him. Okay, Josh. What else do you have for us?
Okay, that's Walter White's car. No.
Oh my god, it is!
Astute observation.
Is that the same color too?
Yeah, wasn't this a total miserable failure on Mitsubishi's part?
It's actually a Pontiac Aztec.
Oh, whatever.
But
I
they
don't
worked
know
with
what
Mitsubishi.
model that or make and model that.
I'm
Pontiac, sorry. Again,
I'm
not a car
neutral.
girl.
I don't know. I
It's-
just don't have an opinion.
Okay,
on this.
even Walter White, the drug kingpin of Albuquerque, New Mexico, didn't like this car. What does that tell you?
I'm sure anyone that drives this isn't thrilled to be driving it. It's just
You're a high school science teacher.
finances.
So this is
Makes
a
math.
swipe left.
That's a swipe left.
Swipe left.
Well, this is typically on most of, I would say it's on almost every car magazine's top 10 worst cars of
true.
the last 2 decades. So even into this last decade, it was on there too. So I agree with that statement. Whoever's driving this is
But-
put in a bad situation.
Perhaps they're just economical and the interior's immaculate and it's not a deal breaker. It's point A
No.
to point B trans. What?
It's okay.
Okay,
It's
Josh,
still a
next car.
crap car.
Next car.
No.
Oh no.
What?
If you ever willingly drive an orange car, I have questions. I have a lot
I
of
love
questions.
orange cars.
Really? I don't know. I really don't like any color.
Okay, so this orange is not that great, but like burnt orange, like I don't know. You know, like Jeeps that are like a burnt orange. Like I don't know. Maybe I'm just weird. I like orange.
I feel like
I
I
don't like
could
the
flip
car.
this like a tire in CrossFit. Just
Is there a face in that picture?
In the background, there's a person.
Does it look like
Looks like an elf. Like,
That's awfully ghoulish if I do say so myself.
definitely not. There's a
Look at
spirit in the background.
That's so creepy.
It's also haunted, so that's a no from me.
Yeah, so
No.
Is it Bolt?
get it away.
Yes, this is a Chevy Bolt, all-electric Chevy Bolt.
Chevy, bolt the other way, ladies.
It's not that bad of a car. Guys are too hard on
That
it.
was good.
It's practical, economical, sensible, reliable, fun to drive.
Is that the gas tank right here? What's this?
Oh, interesting.
It's an electric car,
All EV.
so
Different color,
Didn't know.
maybe I'd
different.
consider it.
Okay.
Again,
I like
not
the
a
San
fan.
Francisco Bridge in the back.
And the creepy
Well,
man
Josh,
dropped it.
the next car is not too far off.
No.
Yeah, I don't know. There's no room.
I would just get very annoyed when I like had like some stuff with
Room
me,
for
like a
what,
bag
Elise?
or whatever. Like
come on,
I
real-
would feel
wait,
so crowded.
There's no room for lots of things.
Anything.
All the things.
Groceries.
Yeah,
The
groceries,
kids.
a date night.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's plenty of room
I
for
can't-
groceries, kids, and
I
a
have
date
to
night
get
and
out of
that.
this car to change my
Kids-
mind. That's how small it is.
You know what? Kids are small, meaning they fit in the back of that car
Not the
easily.
Yeah, but what
And
about
you could
these
get
cars?
plenty of grocery. I don't know what you guys do in
Okay,
your cars,
I hate this
but
car because it's the type of car that you think is an open parking space, but then you pull up and it's one of those.
Yeah, that's true.
We switched.
Oh.
Is this a McLaren?
Okay,
Oh, I liked it. Good
this
job.
would be fun this would be fun. But I mean, if I really saw a guy pull up in this, I'd be like, "Are you renting that car?" That's what I would think.
I want to know because I'm in business school. What is your asset to debt ratio, sir?
oh my gosh, Laura.
Yes.
I would assume, yeah,
I wanna
like
know you
you're
can put
really
a down
wealthy
payment on
or
a
like
house.
you're renting it or I don't know what maybe you stole it. I don't know.
So
And
this
then when
is a
I
no
hear-
for you guys,
That was a weird
fine, I'll take them.
Oh, yeah, exactly. See,
Some
if I hear
McLaren
asset
720S
to debt
Spider.
ratio, I'm just bolting the other way after that
No.
conversation. Yeah.
I
Can I
prefer-
see all your finances on our first date? I'm like, I'm out of
First
here.
date? Oh my land.
Laura does stuff like that. She's
That's
like,
what I'm saying.
She sits down. Very nice to meet you. Let me see your W-2. Okay, Josh. Well, I guess
I just prefer practical substance over style for the most part.
I like that car.
Except for the last two cars are both practical, economical, fun to drive cars.
The R-Bath is really nice. I like that one. The previous one to this.
Yes.
But to be
I really
fair,
like
that
the
does
A-bar.
look like
Yeah,
a lot
yeah,
of
yeah.
fun.
It
It
does
does
look
look like a
fun.
lot of fun.
Yeah, you'd go for a
I'm
ride.
saying yes
I'd go
to this
for a
guy.
ride.
I'm not
I
saying
would.
no.
I
Hell
would
yeah.
tell you to say yes and then have you introduce me to this.
Okay, if
new
this
person.
guy's if a guy came up to me and was like, I drive this, but I'm not gonna take you to Sushi Den. I'm gonna take you to like some strip mall sushi. Then it's like, oh man, it's over.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're
well,
you're just using your car as a personality.
Yeah.
I just want the rest of you to be that rich. Like I want to see your house. I want your personality to be very
Oh
rich.
my-
Like just all around.
God.
Like if
It's
you were
all
like,
about the money
okay, if
with
you were a
you guys.
Hollywood actor, that's one thing. But if you're just like,
I would
I'm
just
gonna
feel
buy
lucky
a
to be in
Leclerc.
your presence. I think if you were a Hollywood.
Oh my
If I'm even in a situation where I get to choose, I would just feel blessed.
But really, I think that's
Hashtag
like
blessed.
that's kind of
Hashtag
like what
blessed.
we all agree on though as women. It's like, yeah, if you have a nice car, we just want to make sure that the other part of your life is kind of like in the same
As nice.
Yeah, like it's like you can have a nice car, but like, are you actually living?
Yeah, like you're a fun and great
Like-
person, and you know you drive one of these. But are you gonna take care of me when I have the flu?
Yep. Yeah.
Are you gonna bring me
all the
pho
things,
soup?
all those.
I mean,
yeah.
come on.
Oh, we pay somebody for that, darling. Oh, yes.
Are we
Sure.
driving over to your yacht where we're gonna vacation for the week? Like, what are we doing?
Oh my gosh. Josh, next one.
Okay.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is normal.
Yeah.
No
I like
lift.
that.
Yep, that's Bay. That's Bay.
Yep.
I don't like the red though. I'm sorry. I really don't like red
I
cars.
have
I
a red
love
Jeep.
red.
I have
I
a red
love
Jeep.
Like if that was in black, I'd be like, be way more into it.
I love red,
I like
and
red.
I love Chevy.
Okay, so you guys heard it. The gals like trucks and they like MGs thus far. Josh, if you wouldn't mind.
I like the rims. The rims are a nice
That's
black.
very nice.
Yeah, baby.
Okay, this reminds me of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
No, this reminds me of Family Vacation, National Lampoon, Holiday Row.
I would actually look at somebody that's driving this and be like, you're probably really humorous, you're probably fun, and you don't take life too
It
serious.
also gives me kind of serial killery vibes, though, at the same time.
That would be like tinted
Sorry,
windows,
like-
I think.
He's likely to joke to you that it's a Woody because it has wood paneling on the side. So depending on how you take that,
I
might
feel like
be.
this is incredibly acceptable to have if you live in a coastal community.
Yeah, if you have a surfboard on the top. Okay.
Yeah.
I think it's awesome, and you guys just went from here in my book to because you guys appreciate this. This is so true. People who drive this don't take life too seriously, and they likely know how to work on a few things too. Because being a 1974 Ford LTD wagon with the wood paneling
I
side,
actually
there's things
would
that
love
are
to
gonna
go
go wrong.
camping with a car like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sit the road.
You would sleep in the back of that car?
Yeah.
What are the
Okay.
cars that have like the seats facing backwards? Do you remember those? They're,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
The station like what brand is that? Do you remember?
Oh, that was many
Or
different cars.
Oh, really? Okay, so that was just a thing.
Nowadays with
I could enjoy that.
people
in the car.
texting and driving, I don't
wouldn't
want
work.
I don't want anyone facing the rear of
That's very true. Yeah,
Did you have the pleasure of riding in one of those, Elise? Is that why you bring it up?
I did. I'm kind of old, so I'm kind of like giving away my age right now. But I did actually. I was able to sit in something like that. It was fun. You'd wave at the people behind you, and
be like,
I was just going to ask, were you a waiver or did you flip people off?
at that age, I was a waiver. I don't know what I'd be right now.
Oh, okay. Fair
Some
enough.
safety concerns with that. Like I would say
Yeah.
with any of these old cars, I'd be a little worried that I would, if I got in a crash, I'd be donezo.
yeah, you're dead.
So I
for
this
sure.
just enjoy the ride in all aspects
Oh my
of life.
And again, this is a family. This is a family program. Josh has informed us we're not allowed to use profane or suggestive language or ideas. Anyway,
I was being very PG over here, and you turned it into something else, man.
Yeah, Jeff, get your mind out of the gutter, please. My
I think
man.
it's just that wood paneling. I'm not gonna lie. It,
Okay, next.
brings back the 70s.
No.
Are you sure this isn't a still from like a PlayStation video game? Or this is the Tesla truck?
Yeah, no.
It's the Tesla
This
Cybertruck.
reminds me of Black Mirror. Like this is gonna be in the
Oh,
next
totally
Black Mirror
is,
episode. Like it just
yes.
looks very futuristic, which I think is cool. But like, if
That's a
someone
good
was,
point.
I don't know. I would be very intrigued. I'll say that if someone did have it, because I do know what that is. It's the new Tesla, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Heard a lot about it. I'd want to know what the inside looks like.
Yeah. That. Yeah.
I don't have a good feeling about this. I just don't.
I mean, it'd be kind of because like, how much is this car?
Yeah. Mysterious.
Jeff, is it 60, 70?
Oh, I don't know. They probably start at 50, 60.
I think
work their way
they're.
up.
I think it's like 68, 69,000 for this.
I don't know.
That's not that bad.
Yeah, a decent chunk of change.
But just don't call it a truck. It's not a truck.
The back actually opens up and it has a escalator thing that you can actually ramp up with their new
I'm so sorry, Graham.
ATV. But I don't like this truck either. I would be very suspicious of the person that buys this truck
Yeah.
because I'm saying, I know you bought one. That's exactly what I'm saying. I'm suspicious of you. Because I think it's just a look at me thing. It's another look at me thing, and I think it's actually even worse than a look at me. It's
Someone turned a doorstop into a car.
well, this has no. This to me has no class or sophistication to it either. So I mean, that's my point.
Yeah, I mean,
Graham,
it's very simple design wise. Like it's very like lines, boxy,
Minimalist.
minimal. Yeah, like not. It's weird.
I had a nice young lady once ask if I was a minimalist. Is that something I should take the wrong way?
No.
No, I think that's
Okay.
a good thing.
Yeah, she saw my apartment and she was like, "Are you a minimalist?" And I was like, "No, I'm just poor." But hey, it worked out. So.
Jeff, minimalist is a good thing, but I think in vehicles like this, I don't like the harsh lines, and I don't like the. I think it's just an easy way of creating a vehicle, and like there's no. I don't know. I just don't like the artistic version of this. It's there's other artist renderings which actually take some of the harsh lines and round them out a little bit, and it looks 20 times better. So if they I think it's just a quick hack thing. I do not think that they had many meetings. Hopefully they didn't have many meetings about this truck. But supposedly he's got something like over a quarter of a billion. A quarter of a million. Excuse me. Already people that have signed up, because you have to put like $100 or $200 something like that down to start it. Oh, right. Okay, so it is. Yeah. Okay, thanks. So it's $750, and then you pay for it as it arrives. So, and it doesn't come out until 2022. Yeah.
For somebody to say that this is a minimalist car, like you're still paying what, like 60, 70,000. So that's not a minimalist
And
car.
a minimalist move is not to be put on a waiting list for like 2 years.
No.
Like that's not a move
Yeah.
that a
buy
minimalist
it.
would
If you
make.
hate it, do you get your money back?
I was gonna say, what do they do?
It's like dating,
You know?
Laura. No, you don't.
No, it's more like accepting an apartment sight unseen. Locking yourself into a 2-year lease, and then next thing you know, you're in some crack den. And you can't get out of it.
Trap house, if
Hey,
you will.
Trap house.
Trap house, but at least he has a nice car.
See, I learned from my
That's all that
mistakes.
matters.
That's all that matters. Well, guys, I think the general consensus on the Tesla truck is swipe left, correct?
Yep.
Swipe left? And a swipe right from Hannah. So that's 2 no's and 1 yes. So interesting. We'll see how that changes over time. Speaking of time, I think we're kind of out of time. Josh is nodding his head. He's had enough fun for today. So I want to say thank you guys for joining us
Thanks,
on
guys.
the podcast.
Yeah, of
Again,
course.
that's Hannah. This is Laura. This is Elise. Like I said, if you are a parent and you're interested in parental things, go check out Elise's podcast, Parental Composure, on OCN. You can find it on our YouTube and ourcommunitynow.com. That's exactly where you can find us as well. I just want to say thanks to Josh for keeping the lights on for this whole podcast. We definitely had some fun with it. Fiat Chrysler Automobiles for getting us behind the wheel of some of their cool automobiles. Currently, we have a Alfa Romeo Stelvio Quadrifoglio, which we'll likely be talking about in the next episode, and AMG Mercedes, because they give us cars from time to time. Want to hear more? Feel free to tailgate us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Red Circle, and ourcommunitynow.com. I'm your host, Jeff Herbert. Thanks for listening to another gasoline episode of OCN Drives. Bye, Felicia.
OCN Drive, brought to you by Our Community Now. Please visit us at ourcommunitynow.com and check out them socials.